Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is part 2 of switching my warehouse around. I figured I'd jump on and give you guys an update. So it's been a crazy week and I have made really good progress and still have a little bit more switching and a little bit more progress to accomplish. But today I figured I'd take you along, show you what I've accomplished this week. This past week was Thanksgiving week, so I didn't list as much as I normally do, which was great because it gave me more time to switch everything around in the house. Many of you know I have about 3,500 live listings on eBay, which sometimes translates to more items. So one live listing might be a blouse, or a listing may be a set of glasses where you have 6 pieces. So right now I have 3,500 listings on eBay and about 5,000 items in my house. In 2020, I am looking to grow to be able to fit or house in this basement warehouse of mine about 8,000 items, which I'm thinking might translate up to about 5,500 listings on eBay. I have an anchor store, so that allotment is 10,000 listings. I don't know that I'll get that high, but we're going to give it a go, and I'm going to take you along with me. So welcome to my channel. Please hit that like and subscribe, and I will show you what progress I have made this past week. So if you didn't watch part 1, you probably need to do that to be able to understand what's going on. But this is in my basement underneath my house. It is 1,400 square feet. And my goal of this whole project is to have permanent workstations, including rooms that stay set up with lighting for photography, whether it be eBay photography for my listings or YouTube filming videos for you guys, hauls and things like that. I also really want to accomplish having all of my inventory down here, whether it is packed or not. But please know, I never have death piles. It's just not the way my brain operates. So everything in my house is always listed. If I shop, that means everything at home is listed. And that's just the way that I work. I know a lot of you guys do great with picking up inventory time and time again and waiting to list it for certain seasons or whatever reasons. But for me, it works to always have all of my items listed, and I would like them all housed down in this basement. So today I'm going to take you along and show you what changes I've made down here and what changes I'm still going to make. But I've made great progress this week. And I also got up about 4 o'clock this morning and grabbed coffee and jumped into painting one of those back bedrooms a bright white. So whatever photography I do in that room, it'll be great. So if you guys remember in part 1, behind me used to house all of my shipping materials, all of my priority boxes and bubble mailers, and I've decided this is where I want my hard goods corner to be. So I took one of the metal racks. If you guys remember, these racks are from Seville Classics in California, and this is my wood. This is going to be my wood shelf. Anything that I pick up with wood, I don't need to number or label. I know it'll be right here on this shelf. Behind me is going to be all of breakables, porcelain, and lighting down below. Not dishes, but anything that is decorative, anything for the home, things like that. So you can tell what's going on here. And the top shelf will be trays. So as you can see, I've created a lot of extra space with this new move, and I'm really excited to grow my store and be able to fit a lot more purchases. In the other video, I showed how I kept my shoe racks over here. Now I have clothing that is listed, hanging on racks. I've used my 3rd round rack, and I'm going to be covering these with a drop cloth until I can get to folding them down. All of this came out of that back bedroom that I showed last time. So if you haven't seen that, you can go back and take a look at what a mess that bedroom was. So as you can tell, the shoe racks just got pushed down to here. Follow me down and I'll show you what happened further down. Behind me in this alcove, I still have a lot of my dishes and a lot of bowls and things like that. My idea now is I might be taking everything out of this alcove and putting it down on the other side where the clothing racks are now, and switching those clothing racks over here. That would keep all of my hard goods together, and then would come the shoes and then the clothing. So I do have that idea, and I think that might work. It might be a little bit of time before I can accomplish that, because moving these two gray shelves without wheels, everything has to be pulled off and they have to be partially dismantled to get them to the other side of the basement. But that's the goal right now, but I'm really pleased with the progress of just getting a lot of the hard goods that were here down over on that other side and grouping it all together. This change has created, I'm going to say, 50% more space, which is the goal of what I'm really trying to do. So it was a lot of work, but really happy, and we will keep going on down the basement and I will show you what the rest of it looks like. So on this side of the basement, I have gained a whole extra shelf. I love when I create more space. Right now I have artwork on this, and I think this rack is going to wind up a place where I house all of my artwork. I do have a tendency to pick up a lot of framed prints and paintings, and they do quite well. Sometimes I have to sit on them for, I'm going to say, over a year, but in the end the profit is phenomenal and it's something that I enjoy. So that's what I think this rack is going to be. And in the middle, I'm just going to keep my racks of coats where they are. It's working. There's plenty of space to pick up more inventory. And yeah, and my bins in the back here and here are pretty much filled. So this has worked out really great. This area is a change that I am thrilled with. This was the first area I changed. If you remember, I had women's jeans over here and dresses, and now this is a new shipping station. So for the items that aren't folded or aren't packed away like the hard goods, I'm able to quickly pull those items and pack them right here before they even go upstairs to get their label. So I put this big table here, and as you can see, I took the clothing, what do we call this? This clothing storage system, and turned it into a shipping station. Guys, if you have one of these or you can get your hands on one of these, this thing is phenomenal. One of the reasons I really like it is that you can configure it different ways, which works out great. It has little cubbies, you can put different things you need to ship, and it has these, I'm going to show you, these rods that are meant to be clothing hanging rods, but it holds tissue paper and bubble wrap perfectly, so it's a win-win. This is definitely staying like this, and if Lisa wants to zoom around, you can see I've utilized the space under the stairs to store the bigger items. So over here I put this plastic shelving unit that used to be on the other side, and as you can see I have all my backup materials, all of the tissue paper, extra boxes, and I even have 2 shelves down there that aren't quite filled yet. So this is going to work out. I've already used it. I set it up one day. By the end of that day, I was already using it. So really love this area. Another shelf over here. And this is all the boxes. And these are all the boxes that were on that white wood shelving unit built into the basement. Down this row here, pretty much everything has stayed the same, except I have brought these shelves a little closer together. I still have plenty of room to pull the bins off of the shelves, but by doing that and just moving them in a couple of inches, I've created a larger space at the end, which you'll see the changes that I've made down there. So follow me down there and we'll take a look at what's going on at the end of the hall. So this shelf happens to be the shelf that was against the wall. I filled it with the men's items that I was looking to group all together, and this shelf is now turned this way. This works great, and I still have, as you can see, room to put one more bin, maybe something else down there. So this works great, little alcove, and really makes great use of the space. A couple of you asked the question, what do we do about insuring our inventory? My regular home insurance company is able to insure all the inventory. All you have to do is go on your eBay dashboard, and it gives you the complete value of every item that you have listed on eBay. You take that number to your insurance company, you say, hey guys, I have $120,000 worth of inventory or whatever it is, and they cover it. Also, you give them a guesstimate of what your equipment is worth. So you total up your equipment, you add it to the number on your seller dashboard of your inventory, you give your house insurance company that number, and they are happy to take your payment. So this last corner of the basement, I'm not sure if I showed last time, this is where I keep all of my boxes, broken down boxes, and ones that I leave put together so that I can grab a box quickly. Mud sink for washing floors down here, this works great, and when I'm not using the sink, I throw boxes in it. And I also have these racks here. These racks are great, they pop up very quickly, and that's what I use to dry items, eBay items that do not go in the dryer. So like right now I have this Old Navy jean jacket and I didn't want to shrink it, so I washed it and put it up on a rack. So that completes this stage of progress, and now I will take you upstairs to show you all the room I've gained from bringing everything that was upstairs down here. So this back bedroom is the bedroom that was all the craziness that I used to shut the door every time somebody came over to visit, because it housed hundreds of items that were listed, but I just didn't have time to fold them. My goal was to really get those out of my house, and I am now painting this back room to be able to do photography back here, to be able to make it a YouTube studio or photography for eBay. One of those two things, we're not quite sure yet, but I wanted to share two products that I use that I love, absolutely love every time I do a room. The first product is always use a ring light, because if you're 60 or almost 60 years old, it helps a lot. So that's my first tip. Number 2 tip is DAP Fast and Final Lightweight Spackling. This stuff is gold. I had a million nail holes in the walls from hanging the artwork that's listed on eBay. And this is super quick. So I was up 4:30 this morning spackling and got it all done. And by the time I was finished, I was ready to paint. And this is the second product that I want to recommend. It's Behr's Ultra Pure White Paint, right off the shelf. No need to get anything mixed. In a matte finish. A matte finish has no shine, so it doesn't get any reflection from the photography. So when you go to choose a paint, just remember what Lavenderclothesline uses, Behr's Ultra Pure White in matte finish. Thanks so much for watching. Go out and get what's yours. Bye guys.